trapped. He's just gonna push me. He's like, fuck you, get out of my way. Scoot your boot. I had to mess with you a little bit. You just sitting there too easy.
Yeah, sorry that took so long. I'm buying a truck from my buddy. He lives out in the country and I live in the city, so we're working out. Take a train down there to get it.
What kind of truck are you trying to buy?
It's a 06 Dakota, nothing fancy, but it's only got 81,000 on it. I've driven it before quite a few times because he comes to the city to visit and hang out, and I don't make him drive from the city because he's from the country, he'll lose his mind. But it's a pretty good truck, you know.
Go straight on.
I'm giving him 4,000 for it. It's a pretty decent price. Blue Book's about 6,500, so.
I thought about selling my truck.
I'm just not really a car person, you know. I sold my car when I moved up here to Chicago, and then I just don't really have a need for it, you know. I just bike and ride the bus and the train, but me and my fiance started a business converting bikes into electronic bikes, and I live in the hood, and most of the people that want to do it are white people who live on the good side of town, and they don't want to come over here to get their bike serviced because they're scary. So it'll be easier when we get the trucks to be able to go pick up their bikes from them and work on them at our place and then just drop them off for a fee, of course.
It took me about a year and a half before I got on my motorcycle and rode it, and I'm still not that great at it. I thought about buying myself one of those electric bikes.
Oh man, so what you can do, like we've done, is you can just convert a regular bike into an e-bike instead of buying a prefab. It literally is so much cheaper and it's way better, because when you buy a prefabricated bike, they have all sorts of limitations and restrictions because of the government. But you know, on your bike that you're converting, you can overclock it and make it whatever. Like my bike goes 37 miles an hour and has a 70-mile range on it, which is great for the city because the speed limit everywhere is 30, so it's like I can be in traffic going as fast as the cars. It's just amazing the amount of time I can get across town versus if I was in a car or riding the train or riding the bus or whatever.
Or you can get a gas
That's
one.
why we're trying to get people to like do it, and I'm just like, hey, this is actually a good alternative to driving your car. You know?
Or you can get a gas one. They don't cost
I live out in the country, okay? There's not even a stoplight. There's not even a light in my little town, okay? So I don't know how that's gonna work. That's
Same way they do here in the middle of nowhere, just build a bike lane on the side of the highway. It's really big in Michigan, especially along the lakefront, since they have so many parks and trails. There's literally about 100 miles of back highway that just has bike lanes on either side, and then they turn into like sidewalks in the city for bikes to be on. It's pretty crazy when you're driving in the middle of nowhere and you just see someone 10, 20 miles from a town in either direction just riding their bike.
well, like I said, we out in the country. We have a road. We don't even have a light. We don't even have a crosswalk. I mean, we have one gas station. It doesn't even sell diesel, so I have to leave town to go get diesel for my truck. And then we live right there next to a lake, but there's no walkways. Most of that's privately owned. A couple of docking areas. That's about it. But it'll probably be good for me to try to get on like a bike or something, just because of my leg issue, and try to learn how to keep myself upright on a bike with a prosthetic.
Turn left.
yeah, I bet that's the learning curve. Yeah, some places are like that, though. Like, I'm from a real red state, and they don't care about anyone that's not in a car. So if you're on a bike, a pedestrian, or use public transit, you can basically go fuck yourself if you're not in a vehicle. I hate places like that. So many people need to get around. Like, the road isn't just for cars. Not
I don't know. In the state of Florida, where I live at, as long as you're not on any like big motorways, you on a bicycle have all the same rights as a car. And a lot of these people, they drive on the sidewalk, and you can get a ticket for that. And they'll tell you need to go on the road. So yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thing here. When I first moved here and got a bike, I would ride on the sidewalk in like really high traffic areas because people in cars are crazy. And I literally had a cop stop me one time and be like, hey, you can't ride your bike on the sidewalk because you can hit someone and hurt them. You have to ride on the street. He didn't give me a ticket though.
And another thing about is, you know those, newer e-bikes they have coming on, the pedalless ones, they look kind of like a dirt bike, but they're electric. Here in the state of Florida, you have to have a motorcycle license to actually ride those things. You have to have a motorcycle license to drive any electric vehicle, any electric bike, if there's no pedals. If it has a pedal, then you don't need a motorcycle endorsement.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, once you take the pedals away, then it's not really a bike anymore. You just kind of have like a little pocket rocket that's electric.
Turn right.
When I'm going really fast, I always make it a point when I see a cop to start pedaling, even though it doesn't do anything, because I'm going so fast. I just don't want them to confiscate my shit. It's just a really big problem in the city right now is a bunch of fucking rich kids from the suburbs keep riding their dirt bikes and motorcycles into the city and causing a huge fucking ruckus. And then it's my favorite because people in the suburbs are like, see, it's a hellhole in the city. And I'm like, yeah, but it's your kids from the suburbs coming here and making it a hellhole. Why don't you keep your little pieces of shit in your town, you know?
I live over there by a national forest, so we don't have, I don't think any of them really go out there. The biggest problem I have, I think this is stupid as hell, is we have what's called, I call them ditch boggers, and they are those guys, more of a, I guess a city, I don't know what you would call them, but they're 4x4s, and they'll go into our ditches and shit, tear up our ditches. I'm like, dude, there's like 1 mile away is the off-road park, an off-road trail you can take your truck down. You didn't need to go in my ditch and tear it up.
Oh yeah, that's dumb as hell.
So one day I ended up taking some concrete blocks where he tore it up out, take some concrete blocks, put them down in there, put some boards with 10 penny nails sticking straight up, put that about 10 feet down the ditch, then I'll bury it a little bit so it looks like, you know, he can go in it again. And he went in there and he hit that son of a bitch. I blew out all of his tires and bent one of his rims.
Ah, damn. Riding with a buddy of mine's buddy. We were going to do something, I don't know, I was like fucking 20. But he had a Jeep Wrangler, and he just kept talking about how badass his Jeep was. And we were back in the country going somewhere. It was back when I lived back home before I moved up here. And we were out in the country going somewhere, doing something, and he took a wrong turn, and so he had to make a U-turn in the middle of the road on a dirt road. And I shit you not, his tire maybe tapped the very corner of the ditch and just fell right the fuck off. And I was like, oh yeah, badass Jeep, huh?
Keep left, and then continue straight on.
I've had to pull Jeeps on my, this my existence, these Jeeps. They think they're all really badass like that, and they'll go out there constantly. I'll take like my diesel truck, I'll be out there, and the old S10 Blazer I have, and I'm constantly pulling them out ditches, out of these little potholes and whatever. It's like bullshit. I can go into a ditch that practically buries my S10 and come out the other side just fine, and yet they see a pothole, they get stuck.
Continue straight on. Go straight on.
So fucking dumb.
And a lot of those guys, the same ones that they have rubber bands for tires, they got these big, huge, massive rims, deep wells, and they got these rock lights onto them, and they got all kinds of crap put onto them. I was like, dude, why are you bringing this piece of shit out here, dude? Take it back to the city where it belongs. Put it back on the pavement where it needs to be.
I'm just a firm believer in not owning a truck if you don't need one. American trucks in particular are way larger than they need to be, and they're very dangerous because of their line of sight. They're literally pedestrian killers. I'm just a firm believer in that. People who need trucks for work or for something like that should totally have them, but if you don't need a truck for work, buy a fucking car, and you're just destroying the planet for no reason, so you can overcompensate, I guess.
Hey, hold on now. Alright. I have a big, massive truck. I have a 250 Super Duty sitting out there, okay? And I use it for, like, hauling shit around, but, you know, I also use it for my lift, because my car will not take my lift and my wheelchair onto it, you know, because I have to have a motorized wheelchair. I have a manual wheelchair, but because both my wrists are broken, it doesn't really help me at all. It's just there as a backup. But I can't put this wheelchair on the back end of like my car. It won't. The tone weight of it is too much.
Yeah, you feel like that's a good reason, you know, like that's an actual purpose. Your truck serves the purpose that you need it for you.
Well, I've had this truck before. They amputated my leg. I mean, you know, I had it just because I would haul shit around. Plus, I was hardly ever home. So I very rarely ever drove it. When I did, you know, I would move stuff around, or I'll go take the boat out, something, just do something with it, you know. I didn't really use it for hauling big, massive shit. I could have probably done the same thing like the 150 or a Ranger, but I don't like my truck.
Yeah, that's why I'm just getting a smaller truck, is because I'm not really hauling anything besides, you know, like putting bikes and shit in the back. So I don't really need one, and I'm also not really going to use it besides going to the grocery store and stuff like that. I'm still just going to ride my bike and the train and do everything because it's massively cheaper than driving.
Well, my intentions right now is either I'm going to sell my truck and try to get me a smaller one, because really, like I said, you know, it is a big, massive 250 diesel, or I'm just going to buy me a smaller truck when the settlement comes through. I'll just buy me like a Ranger or something, because that would work just fine for me. I just need something that I can fit in, because you guys understand, you know, I'm 6'5", you know, 300 pounds, 6'5". I'm not exactly like obesely overweight. I am obese, but it's more or less my build is big.
Go straight on.
Hello? Can you guys hear me? Mic check?
Did you ever get around to playing Diablo 4? Because I sent you my info stuff on D4.
Oh yeah, I got it on there. Sorry, I forgot to add you. I haven't really played any games. I've been working. I just got on here yesterday morning before I had to leave for work because I was bored. But when we get stopped up, I'll run battle them because I don't forget.
on there 'cause me and my mom played as well, and she brought something up. I thought it was kind of funny, but you know, whatever you want to take it. But she wants to leave the clan. She wants to get to a different clan. She wants me to be clan leader. I'm like, honey, Mom, that's not a good idea because you got to think about this. If I'm the clan leader and my name's Dragon, that's kind of racist. She honestly did not think about it until we had to tell her exactly what Dragon and leader of a clan is. And she's like, oh yeah, no, you're not going to be that.
That's so funny. I didn't even think about that either, to be honest.
I had a little discovery I had to make.
I did the same thing. Oh, see, look at you, Jesus. All you had to do was wait, bro.
Last time I waited for the bot, I waited like 20 minutes for him just to move straight.
Oh, hell no. Fuck that.
These bots can be really buggy sometimes. I don't know why or what.
Nah, me and Dragon were just talking about that earlier. We were saying since the Kansas update, it feels like the AI traffic got really, really bad again, like how it was when Texas first came out.
I'm new to this, man. I just barely got my PC. I have a week with it. I got like a Alienware PC.
Oh, hell yeah.
I've been playing this for 2 years. When I got hospitalized, so I've been playing this for a couple of years now, and this is one of the worst ones. Now we got cars. If you're not careful, this will happen. It happened to me twice. I was not online. I was playing single. I had a couple cars drop out of the sky.
Last night I was doing a convoy of oversized going from Kansas to Washington, and we had to stop at a weigh station, and we caused a traffic jam that took like 45 minutes to correct itself.
That's insane.
Get ready to turn left.
The lag is real.
So can you guys tell me why the servers lag this bad?
Turn left.
I mean, it can be in any variety of things, you know? Like your connection to the host could be bad, the host could have bad internet, you know, just very different things. You know, it could also, most of the time it's just the game, you know, sometimes the game is really laggy itself. It's kind of like 5 different things it could be that you never really know, you know?
No, yeah, for sure. I'm just asking because last night I had the guys try to pin it on me. They're like, nah, it's because you got a shitty PC. And I was like, what do you mean?
Nah, it's with the Kansas DLC that just came out. We have a surplus of people coming in and trying to do convoys now. And so that's part of the reason.
Go straight on.
Right there, but you know, it has, like he says, a slew of other things. Zero connect. There's a thing up here. I'm gonna grab it. But yeah, it's a slew of things. It could be 5 or 6 different things. It wouldn't necessarily fall directly on you, but it could be like part of your internet connection. So that's not out of the realm of possibility.
Yeah, a good thing to do is to check your latency up there in the convoy menu to see how well you're connected to the server.
I'm gonna pull off to the side of the road to
Keep
check
left,
that real quick.
then turn left.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want my opinion personally, this is my lobby. I'm running it, and I have really good internet and shit. I don't think my lobby's running any shittier than it normally would have with you in it. So I don't think that you're affecting it at all, personally.
Nah, for sure. I'm running at 63 ms. I don't know if that's bad or good.
Nah, man, as long as it's green, you're good.
Go straight on.
Old Dodge City, Matt Dillon. Yeah, we have a guy in here named Andy. I guess he has like 100, 15 ping on him right now.
Oh man, I'm about to kick him.
That could be part of the reason why we have a little bit of lag, but
Hey. Didn't even have to.
did you jump off?
Yeah, I said I was gonna kick him and he left.
Hey, what truck would you guys recommend me purchasing next for heavy hauling?
Are you trying to be like cost effective or?
Say, Kenworth, those two right there are pretty good for heavy hauling. So you can get a more horsepower engine, you can get more axles onto it. Most of these have like a 2-axle versus a 3-axle drive, so.
Alright.
Yeah, I like the Peterbilt too, and the Volvo, the original Volvo, is pretty.
I like the Kenworth myself, basically. I like the sound it has. It has a better sounding sound card than the Peterbilt. And I think the new Volvo that they have is too damn loud.
I don't know, I'm gonna have to argue with you about the Kenworth sounding better than the Peterbilt.
No, the Peterbilt is not done. The Kenworth is done better. You got more your cluster instruments tell you more. You got a lot of other features that the Peterbilt does not have. Also, the Jake brakes on the Kenworth, you can hear the Jake brakes, unlike the Peterbilt, which is a silent Jake brake. So yeah, I think Kenworth is done better.
I guess I'm just the Peterbilt guy.
But it doesn't really matter because they're both the same company. PACCAR owns both of them, so.
I was gonna say I drive both of them pretty regularly, and I don't think I never really pay attention enough to care either. They all sound like trucks to me.
Go straight on.
No, they don't even sound like trucks. The sound on these things are absolutely atrocious. That's why I go to like the mod shops and find stuff on here. They have a twin turbo, I think it's a C18 twin turbo sound kit that's on here. That's way better than the sound of this damn thing.
Yeah, unless someone's talking to me, I'm generally listening to the radio anyway, so I can hardly hear the motor, so it doesn't really matter to me very much. I think that's why I've never really paid attention too much.
How do you run the radio on this game?
If you go into the menu, like
Go straight on.
just the menu, just go click on radio, and then you can favorite some stations on there, and then you can use page up and page down to switch between the stations that you have. Or if you're playing on a wheel like I am, you can map the radio changer to different buttons. But you just have to favorite them to be able to switch between them.
Got it.
Or what I do is I just play the Tubes of You music in the background. That's what I do. I don't want to listen to the radio. Or if you have Spotify, you can always have the Spotify running in the background as well.
Yeah, I usually connect my Bluetooth headphones and listen to music while I drive.
No, I just like the immersion of listening to a radio like you would in a car. And they're not too bad. They're internet radio stations, so they're all right.
Yeah, they're not bad. They're paid for by ATS, but they also have multiple places that pay for them as well. So there's internet radio.
They have ads, but they don't really play very often, and it's usually about an ad or two for every like 4 or 5 songs, depending on what radio station you're listening to. But it's kind of cool the ads go for your region. So like I live in Chicago, and like the ads on the radio were like Chicago area ads, and I was like, that's actually pretty fucking cool.
Keep right, then turn right. Turn right. Get ready to turn left.
But the game doesn't have the music I like to listen to. It has like country, pop, some electronic stuff like that. Yeah, okay, they have a good
It's
beat
all
to them
over.
and stuff like that, but it doesn't have the music I want. I want Demi Borgir, 9 Inch Nails, Cradle of Filth.
I'm gonna go fill up on diesel real quick.